Hello, hello, good evening, ahoy, hoy, and hello, hello. It is I, Tootie Odin, here with you once again for another adventure and getting this guy ready. As you can see, GreivIZZZ is no longer white. He is now silver for the most part. What you looking at? What you look? Anyway, all right, I should not do that. Again, this isn't going to be the final form of GreivIZZZ. The silver is an amazing, intense, intimidating look for this character, but it's not going to be the end. I am going to dole down the silver quite a bit, actually. His foot fell off, so let me put that back on. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Anybody and everybody who is here, anybody and everybody who will be here in the near future. Who's here? Hi, Joe. Yay! I love that we have diehard supporters for Masters of the Universe and for the individual passions that Masters of the Universe hosts have. So, hi, Jojo. Thank you for being here. Today's beverage is Pop Sips Ginger Lime. It is an alcoholic beverage. It's a prebiotic soda, so a spiked prebiotic soda. So while I am ingesting poison, I am also promoting health for my digestive system. So shout out Pop Sips. Hope you all are having a wonderful, happy Friday. Hi, Mikey. Thank you for being here. It has been a very interesting week for a lot of people. So if you have anything you want to get off your chest, you want to talk about, we are here. And I just want to remind you guys that this month, the month of June, is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So I'm not a man, but if you need a shoulder to cry on, you need somebody to listen to you, I am here. This is why we're doing this. This is why we're doing this. So I haven't necessarily explained what I'm doing here. I am finally getting all the excess paint off of GreivIZZ's right kneecap, left kneecap, excuse me. I will repaint it. I will get a silver mix going. But yeah, there was a lot of excess glue on that portion of the piece, making it look sloppy. Same with the sides. I'm going to try to get that off. Lots of glue, lots of messy glue happening. Nice. They're nice and smoothed now. So the goal for today is, again, to get all the touch-ups happening here. I'm not going to do the cleanup on the rib cages. As you can see, there's a little bit of silver there on these parts. And there's other parts like on the hips that have a little bit of silver on them. I'm not going to clean that today. I've got wax on my fingers. I am going to just maybe just file these things down. Just do major touch-ups on the parts that are silver. And I am also going to paint his extendables silver as well today. So that is on the agenda for now. I've got wax on my fingers. Why did I sound like salad fingers just then? I am missing a piece here. What is missing here? Oh, no, I'm not. I just was looking at it wrong. Okay. Very nice. Say hello. Say hello. Drop a hi. Drop a heyo. Do say something. So I know you're here. You know what? I did not pull the YouTube chat up. So if there's anybody on the YouTube chat, hi. Thank you for being here very much. I'm going to pull it up eventually. I have decided it is time to give him a fresh coat on his little ear thingies They, as you can see, they are still white. They are not silver yet. I have debated as to whether to paint them, given that there's damage on this side. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to see how the paint soaks in. And yeah, look at this. Look at how much he moves. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? This is beautiful. It's such a beautiful piece. I can't believe that I built that. Like I'm still blown away by that. Yeah, the ears are fixed. I agree. They're fixed. It's just not perfect. That's my issue. Is it's not perfect. Um, aside from that, again, not really that big of a complaint. It could have been far worse. But aside from that, um, I have decided that I will be purchasing a small swatch of crushed velvet and a small swatch of satin for his cape. Let me show you guys what his cape looks like if you do not remember. It is not great. It's felt. It's a very thin construction paper like felt. It doesn't move. It's not very flexible. I mean it doesn't do anything but ruin itself. Like it's not great. So I do plan on getting him a better cape, one that moves with him, one that flows with him, one that I can position by placing his arms a certain way. Like that's what I want. I mean, don't get me wrong. This here actually looks okay. Oh, his head fell off. This here actually does look okay. Let me find that. Just for reference, because I'm going to put that on it. But that looks good. It doesn't, I'm not really, I can't complain too much. It looks good for what it is, but it can look better, especially, especially if I want to position it a certain way. So that's the goal. That's definitely the goal is to get him looking good, man. I don't want to build this and just have a basic piece. You know what I mean? Nothing is what? Nothing is perfect. I mean, yeah. I did not expect it to be perfect, if I'm being honest. And in fact, between me and you guys, it came out way better than I thought it would. I honestly thought that I would have given up and been way too intimidated towards the middle of this project. And honestly, it was the exact opposite. The more I kept working on this thing, the more I wanted to work on it. It was like reading a good book is what it was like. It was like I want to know what happens next. It was one of those. It was very, very romantic in a sense. Just interesting. This entire process. Trying to get his head back in to position. I think I was moving it around too much. All right, that's good enough for now. Glue time, yeah. That's the thing. I thought I glued that part in already, but I'll have to do that later because that is super complicated because I have to get balls deep in there. And yeah, that's a lot. In fact, it might be just as well to actually detach it, to be honest, considering that I will have to I'm gonna repaint all of it anyway. So now he just looks like Robocop, which is respectable. I'm going to set him to the side there. And I'm going to start mixing my paints. If you weren't here for the previous episodes, the paints I am using are a cool slate metallic finish and a brassy buckle metallic finish. So basically a gray and a white is what I'm going with, but they are metallic. I also have a black here that I have not used yet, but we'll get there. Yeah, let's do this. Thank you to all of you who are joining, who have joined. I hope you all are having a wonderful, happy Friday. Um, it's been a good one on this end. Very joyful week this week, which is very rare, especially if you're a grown up. If you're an adult, joyful weeks is not how you usually describe your weeks. So every joyful week is a good one and very, very thankful for that. All right, I pulled out 3 brushes. Let's go. I didn't get a tray. I forgot that. I was such in a rush. As you can see, the set sucks. It still has all of my behind the scenes bullshit, all the boxes and whatnot. I don't mind it so much. It is what it is. But yeah, so I on top of not actually getting my set positioned correctly, I did not get a tray. So we improvise. I am using the top of my storage box. I'm really pleasantly surprised at how beautifully silver this color actually gets. It's perfect. Actually, it's perfect. If you are out there, drop a hello. I'm going to reiterate that throughout the cast. I want to chat. I'm telling you guys, that's the whole point of this thing, is to be able to talk to people. All right, that is good and mixed enough. Behind the screens. Behind the screens, there are scenes that we see that are unseen by most. Right? I wish I was a night wolf. What is a night wolf? Is a night wolf somewhat different than a wolf during the day? And what is the difference? Let's get that paint out of his eyeball. Gross. I'm going to have to do that better later because, yeah. If you guys can't tell, and if you guys can, his eyes actually show. Like you can actually see his eyes there. Yeah, I do not want that covered up at all. So that will absolutely definitely have to be cleaned up. All right. Finally painting his side horns. Now this other one, the one that I was not able to correct properly, is corrected with tape, to be honest. There is glue on it, but it's also taped. So eventually, if I'm lucky enough to get this glue to dry properly, I will clip the tape off, and hopefully it'll just stay stuck in the position that it's in without needing the aid of tape. I'll show you guys right now what I'm talking about. So that underside there, that's tape. This here is tape. Like that doesn't belong there. So eventually I will for sure cut that off if the piece allows. Lupin Nocturnal Activities based. Ah, was Lupin a werewolf? I never actually watched the anime. Was he a werewolf? I always thought Lupin was like a jazzy detective or something. Like they all kind of are. Was he a werewolf for real? All right, I'm giving his collar another nice coat, base coat of silver for now. Again, these are going to be reworked. The more I paint it silver, the more I see I'm going to replenish it with some white, with some red, with some rust. The whole goal here is to make GreivIZZZ look aged and battled. He's not a brand new robot, nor should he look as one. So there it is. There's his head. Nice and sliver, as it were. I'm going to put that to the side and we're going to work on arms. Let's go. I don't know where to put this actually. Here, put you here. Sweet. Okay. Now I'm going to start painting the arms, all the whites on the arms with the lightsabers. Again, missing obviously the black parts and the lightsabers themselves, of course. Let me get some of this glue off of the lightsabers that's there, because gross. That might have to take a lot of rubbing alcohol, actually. Yeah, that's cool. Not a problem. He was a Nightwolf swag-wise. Okay. Okay. Get it, Lupin the Third. The very first anime I was ever introduced to was Trigun. I mean, I suppose if you don't count Pokemon and Dragon Ball, which came out on American television, but as far as animes that weren't Americanized, Trigun would have been the very first that I was introduced to. And then I watched this one when I was in college called Karas. And then there was a sequel to it called Karas Revolution. And man, that blew me away. I ended up watching it again recently, and it was terrible. It was absolutely awful. The CGI was bad. The story was good, but yeah, the CGI was trash. Until this day, I have not met a single human who has seen it aside from me until I introduced it to them. So it definitely didn't do well as a full feature anime. Yes, I remember that. I remember when you legit thought you were Vash. I met you in your Vash the Stampede era, actually. You can't get more nerdy than that, ladies and gentlemen. Mike G had a Vash the Stampede era. I think he was super convinced he was Vash. And in a lot of ways, he kind of was. Yeah, I met you during your Vash era. That's funny. Epic shit. This mix is drying out on top of this plastic thing quicker than I want it to. But as it dries out, it actually kind of helps with gripping the plastic better. So maybe it's a good thing. Sweet. Lone Fractal, hello, sir. Thank you for being here. Shout out to all of the diehards, man. I love you guys so much. This channel is only getting anywhere because of you. Okay. All right. Not too bad. Not my favorite thing to paint, if I'm being honest, but that wasn't too bad. That's not too bad. I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to let it dry. This way it dries, right? Oh man. Let's take a break. Take a break for a second. I have one more arm to do, but look at that. Look at how beautiful and shimmery that is. Oh, so pretty. Yeah. So there was one topic that we talked about on the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast just a few minutes ago, and that topic was the replacement of Mickey Mouse from Disney. Like their Disney is in active work, according to a lot of theories, of replacing Mickey Mouse with Stitch. And it's been a big debate amongst a lot of nerds as to whether that is a wise choice, as to whether it's even happening. And honestly, like is it a wise choice? For those who don't know, Mickey Mouse is going to hit his 100-year anniversary of existence as a character. And with that, these characters become public domain after a certain amount of time, that time being 100 years. So they are, Disney is actively trying to make sure that they replace Mickey Mouse with someone else before the general public decides to deface him. Um, as we all know, Disneyland, Disney World, it's all about image. It's all about what you present to the general public. So they are up in arms. They are frantic and figuring out how they will rebrand or even replace Mickey Mouse. So my question to you is, one, do you think Disneyland or the Disney company is replacing Mickey Mouse with Stitch of the Lilo and Stitch movies? Or are we tripping and are we just fat nerds trying to be angry about something? I don't know what to believe, to be honest. I'm not on, I don't have any dog in that fight as to whether they are or they're not. I can do without Stitch. I can do without Lilo and Stitch the movies. I can also do without Mickey, to be honest. But one of them holds iconic value and the other one not so much. So if you guys are here, if you guys are interested in this topic, talk to me. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you guys think about it. Or if you don't, if you're not interested in talking, at least look it up. If the topic alone interests you, yeah, look it up because it's kind of a thing and it's kind of weird. I think it could be a possibility. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. That's what makes the theory so crazy. Is yeah, it probably is a possibility that they're trying to replace him. The original Lilo and Stitch movie was cute, Mike. It was classic Disney. There was nothing really special about it. It was the very first Moana, if I'm going to put my own theory on it. But yeah, Lilo and Stitch was the very first Moana, and it did set some pioneer-like qualities in that they featured somebody of a unique ethnicity in their movies. It was one of the first to do that for Disney. Um, but yeah, Stitch to me does not have the iconic values that Mickey Mouse does by any like stretch of the imagination. Yeah, so I don't know. And let's see how many fans would actually accept it. Would actually accept Stitch being a substitute Mickey Mouse. Right? So I'm almost done with these parts here. Wasn't too bad, not too hard. They're actually really small, so maybe I shouldn't brag so much because in this there's a lot of cleanup that I might have to do around the lightsabers themselves. But the silver is looking good. That's what matters. The silver is looking good. So yeah, man. I don't know what Disney is doing, but Disney as of late, as of the last few years, especially post pandemic, has seriously been unpredictable, to say the least. Disney has been making a lot of moves, and a lot of their moves have been backfiring on them. Um, there's been massive layoffs that have happened recently with Disney. I think it was either yesterday or today, but very recently, Disney live stream services and those who work with the live stream services have been laid off. Massive, massive layoffs. Um, I wouldn't consider Disney live streaming dead just yet. Let's put it that way. Um, I see Disney actively trying to bring it back to a point where it's where people want to invest their money into it. I think Daredevil is an example of that. It was a very good season that they had on Disney. They really brought their A game for that one, if I'm being honest. And Disney's A game isn't exactly nerd A game, so that can be acknowledged as well. But it was Disney's A game. I was certainly I certainly enjoyed the show for what it was. All right, almost done. Almost done. I am a glittery mess all over my fingers, which is just as well. Cool, man. This is it. In some portions of these pieces, there is globs of paint. I'm going to have to try to remove those as best as possible. Yeah, there we go. And once these are dry, I'm gonna give them another coat. I'm gonna give them another coat. And my hope is that they don't stiffen up. Um, we know what paint can do, right? So let me paint the inside of this one. Thank you guys once again for being here with me. I truly hope you are enjoying the relaxing content, as is its purpose. Leave a comment, like the video, share with your grandma. Grandma might like to see this. You never know. Maybe grandma grew up with Bob Ross and this is just nerder Bob Ross. Huh? Okay, nice and silver. Let's go. Let's go. Let me do this real quick. There we go. That way I can set that down. All right. So this is what his head looks like now. Nice and silver. I don't know how much you guys can see, but look at that. Look at how pretty that is. Oh man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy with the way this looks. Once this dries, I am going to try to clip the tiny piece of tape that is attached to it. So that's going to be something. But man, it looks good. Look at that. It looks so good. I'm so excited for this project. Oh my goodness. Do it. Do it. Now I am going to go over him again. He looks good. Everything looks good. I have to retouch the kneecaps, retouch some of these back pieces here. So let's do that real quick. Okay, kneecaps. Kneecaps are going to be first. So let's do that. I smoothed it out. I was able to get rid of the excess glue on these pieces. So let's see how smooth they look once I am finished. Cool. For those of you just joining, thank you. For those of you who are new here, I am in the active moment of building a General Grievous from Star Wars. If you're a Star Wars fan, you might like it. All right. The kneecaps are still looking a little clunky to me, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll work with it. Paint his baldular area. Paint his buttocks area. And again, these are just retouches. Doesn't really necessarily need it, but there are spots that do necessarily need it. So let's get those going as well. Mixing these colors was a good call because it did come out with the most perfect silver. It's very versatile. It's something that I can actually work with if I want to change it. I'm telling you guys, once I'm going to have to watch a handful of YouTube videos on airbrushing, because I do plan on airbrushing the heck out of this guy with some rust colors, just to make him look a little bit more worn, not so cyborgy, not so Robocopy, Terminatory, you know what I mean? I want him to look like GreivIZZZ in his most grievous form. Looks good. It looks good. This paint is amazing. Probably not the best. And maybe I'll learn that in the long run that acrylic isn't the best thing for projects like this. Because it probably isn't. Acrylic and plastic do not go hand in hand by any means. And any painter will tell you that much. But yeah, it's looking very, very decent as of now. So I love it. I'm digging it. Cool. Looks good. Looks really good. Yay! I'm so excited. So he's drying. His body is going to dry. His head is drying. His extended arms with the lightsabers are drying. I'm so all about it. It's so good. It's so good. I'm so excited for this project, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna let him stand, let him chill for a second. Yeah. Thank you guys once again for joining. It's been a pleasure. This entire series has been a pleasure. I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to do for series 2. I'm not sure if it's going to be a Star Wars character. I was leaning more towards it being another Star Wars character. But if you guys have any suggestions, any ideas as to what you want me to do next, I know the fellows on the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast were talking about me doing a puzzle, what's his name? A group puzzle. I don't do puzzles. So again, I also don't do model kits. And that seemed to work out just fine. So we'll see. We'll see. Again, if you guys have any suggestions, please, please, please let me know. I need them. I need to see and know what people are interested in. And I'm so down to build it. Yeah, this has been stuff. This has been good stuff all around. There you go. That's it. That's it right there. Thank you, Mikey. Good stuff all around for sure. Okay, I'm gonna let these pieces dry. I might just end the cast here. I don't really want to, but I'm probably gonna end the cast here, or the stream rather. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this stream. It's been a complete pleasure to do this with you guys and for you guys. Pick up a new hobby, pick up something fun, pick up something healthy, pick up something therapeutic, because I promise you, you will not regret it. Your brain needs you to do this. If you're in your late 30s, your early 40s, let's promote brain health. Let's promote dementia awareness. Let's work together on getting ourselves healthy so that we can live longer lives that we can actually remember for ourselves. So that's that. Thank you guys once again, so much for joining me. I will see you guys not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. I do not do streams on the weekends. But I will see you guys Monday, first thing. And I'm not going to touch GreivIZZZ until then. Maybe by then I will have a better idea as to what we're going to do next. If you guys have a better idea than me, please let me know. I am here for that. So thank you guys once again. Have a wonderful weekend, and Tootie out.